Okay, let's get the music going. Volume. That's down a little too much. One thing I didn't check beforehand. That should do. Okay, good morning to everyone out there. It is Mama Bear, your art doll. It is time for another morning cafe. And with it being May, there is an ongoing there is a theme that's very popular among the doll community and some artists. And I just could not resist to dive into this, and that is mermaids for May. And it has, been deemed, Mer-May among the community. Of course, anyone that knows me knows I'm a Harry Potter fan. Huge Harry Potter fan. And this is one I've been wanting to work on in multiple forms, actually, for a while now. And that is in the fourth movie, The Goblet of Fire. We actually finally get to delve into the Black Lake. Harry Potter actually delves into the Black Lake that's residing on the grounds of Hogwarts, on the Hogwarts grounds, because it's part of the Triwizard Tournament. It's the second event. And in there we get to meet, or we get introduced to a whole bunch of the underwater creatures. Hinky Punks, Grindy Lows. But the whole second event is largely centered around the merfolk that live in the lake, because they have captured and are guarding students or people that are loved ones connected to the Triwizard Champions. And it's just part of the whole event. But these particular mermaids have such a unique design to them. I mean, who did the design for these particular ones, I would really, if I ever find out the name, I would absolutely love to know, because they do such a unique design, because it's not the standard 100% human female on top, or human male female on top in fish body. It's connected all the way through. You can see that they have evolved to spend their life underwater. And on that thought, let's get to the drawing. And I can break this all down. And on top of that, I'm probably going to wind up weighing in, good morning, Megatron, on, of course, the reboot itself. Again, been eager to talk about it. Most notoriously, noticeable, the first thing is easily noticed when it comes to these particular mermaids is, compared to the traditional looks, is their hair. Because they have more of what would be closer to locks, which is largely how I'm going to be drawing them in this case. But underwater, their hair moves like seaweed. And again, I love that. And naturally, their hair is a little bit shorter than what I'm drawing. But for the sake of YouTube, I am going to extend that out, make it a little bit longer because, they don't wear clothes. So. I think in this case, as I'm drawing it, I'll probably taper the ends. As much as I like doing the locks with the blunt ends. Again, these are supposed to have more of a plant-like look to them. And I will 100% own that when it comes to this particular design, I did struggle with it on one aspect. They are very thin. Good morning, Power. And you guys know me. That thin leaf, in this case, aqua dynamic. Not exactly my preferred style. So I had to go back multiple times and correct the bring down the curves a bit. Because they are supposed to glide through the water. Okay. Again, with these, I can't help drawing the eyelashes. They don't have eyelashes. Okay. Oh. Want to get that collarbone in there. Of course, it doesn't help. My hands have been like full shake today, so. But of course, the Potter community has been completely, buzzing over the prospect of the Harry Potter reboot. And there are multiple thoughts about it. And I admit, I'm of two minds myself. Initially, my first reaction was this was not going to go over well because I heard about this months ago. I heard about it shortly after, wasn't long after Robbie Coltrane passed away. And that was largely why I wasn't that confident in how it would be received. Now, and yes, there's a large group of people who don't want anything to do with anything that has the creator's name attached to it. I'm not touching on that controversy. Because I think there's a lot of misunderstandings, miscommunications on a lot of that. It's a lot of heated emotions, and that's really not what we're here for. Not on my channel. We are here just to enjoy things. Yeah, Booker T says, save the drama for your mama. Now this mama doesn't want that. I'm just going to draw her on a little rocky outcrop. Thank you, Cat. I'll take care of everything. What you do, she drops in the ball. There are a few things, like because it's a TV series versus a movie, I think it actually makes me more curious about it and actually more looking forward to it. Because, each season is going to be one book. And that gives them a chance that they really didn't have in the case of the movies, of being able to explore more storylines. Because in the movies, you need to account for time for doing things. So there was a lot of stuff that wound up getting left out in the movies that wound up becoming, as much as they seemed, a lot of it seemed inconsequential, little trinkets or just little side notes in the initial story. They wound up becoming crucial to the final book. And then, there's the other things that I would love to see as a fan, and frankly, as someone who is, according to Pottermore, logged into Ravenclaw House, which I can totally see. Ravenclaw is the only of the 4 houses which, for some ironic reason, their house colors and their crest got adjusted differently from the book. In the movies, the house colors for Ravenclaw wound up being blue and gray. And on the house crest was a raven. Not sure why they made that choice. But according to the book, the house color is supposed to be blue and bronze. And the crest has a golden eagle on it. And it may seem like not a big deal for some, but all of the merchandise is completely wrong. And for a house where wit, wisdom, details is the kind of thing that they absolutely love, like literally to get into the Ravenclaw house, you have to answer riddles. And depending on how many people are standing outside the door, it depends on how hard that riddle winds up being. So literally, so there were some times where the Ravenclaw could not get in. If you could not answer the riddle, you didn't get in. So that happened quite often in Ravenclaw House. It's one of those cute little side notes that I always got a kick out of. Okay. I'm going to create another one here. For the most part, I think that's just about ready to go. Yes, all month long, it is going to be various pop culture mermaids. Not happy with that one. Will I eventually get to the movie, the Harry Potter movie? Oh, sorry, not the Harry Potter. Little Mermaid movie? Maybe. You never know. I am literally of two minds about that particular movie. Okay. This one is going to be fun. Okay, lighten all that. Okay, change out what eraser I'm using. People are more mad about Lilo and Stitch. You know, people seem to find a lot of stuff to get mad about. And that Lilo and Stitch one, that one I find so funny. Because of the one they picked for Nani. Yes, she's Filipino born. But she was born, she's Filipino, but she was also born and raised in Hawaii. And a lot of people are literally upset about the fact she's not the right shade. Let me see what I got for... Let's pick you. All right. I'm going to need... Let's go with yellow-gray. I want some of that. Olive green. I might need a bit of that. Okay, let's figure out her skin tone. So while I'm mixing that, let's get a little bright yellow, just so I can get her eyes processing. Yes, the complexion work. That is actually brilliantly put. I like that. That is not the... I want something finer. What I'm trying to do with this particular character is with this particular mermaid, is I'm trying to do a blend of how they have them actually, how they show them actually underwater and still slightly humanoid. Okay. Well, we're going to soak up a whole bunch of that green. References, people, references. Okay. And we're going to need a bit of blue in there. That's a future project. Not my ideal piece of paper, but I need to check it. No. Bit better. I'm legit not even seeing a difference. It's a little better. Yeah, the fun process of mixing the right shade of paint. That's looking right. There we go. in the area I want. Okay. Already a little more green than I'd want. Oh, we don't. Okay. Take a little bit more of that. And take some gray. There we go. Okay. Let's roll that back just a bit. They're getting out in there. Looks better. And I know the colors of this one may be a little jarring, but again, these ones aren't even remotely human. And that's kind of what I liked about them. There was no mistaking these for humanoids, for humans. While I'm working on this, yeah, feel free to remember to hit the like button, and share the stream out. Let's see if we can get some other people in here. Maybe some fresh eyes, because YouTube be doing YouTube. So it has messed with my sub count again. And of course, don't worry about it, even though I am totally having fun with Mer-May on the morning show. I am still going to be working on other projects, like the lantern core. I like that color a lot better. Okay, don't let that get too solid. Okay, that reference is not going to help me anymore. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, the reboot. Trying to get that paint color just completely distracted me. One of the other things I'm really hoping that they explore, or that we actually finally get to see, is Charlie Weasley, actually. Because he does play a fairly, not a completely 100% interactive role, but he is, notable in a number of the books, and he was never seen at all in the movies. Like, talk about like ultimate middle child syndrome. They completely left one of them out. And you see it so often with some of the TikToks and whatever, when they rate or wind up talking about the Weasley children. He's always left out. Because even though, yes, he is mentioned occasionally in the in the movies, you never see him. Closest you get is Prisoner of Azkaban. The whole family wound up going to Egypt. Like, they won a trip. And there is a newspaper clipping of the family, which is fairly important to the storyline. And that's like the only time you actually see him. But the problem is yeah, you see him, you see Bill, but they wind up changing the actor for Bill too. From that photo to when we finally get to meet him in the final, which again, we should have met him earlier. Yeah, sticking to this one. The first we actually get to see of these mermaids is as a stained glass. And yes, they do give it a significantly more human-looking appearance in the stained glass. With the stained glass window in the prefect's bathroom. Which, still not entirely certain how Harry gets into that, because he wasn't a prefect. And you think by the name prefect's bathroom it would be exclusive too. Though I don't know if anyone here caught it, I did upload the Bumblebee bite size earlier this week. I'm frustrated how long that took me to actually get that to work on throughout that day. Good, Johnny. My video editor is just wilding sometimes. Okay. Like I said, I love how unique this particular mermaid is compared to the traditional what we see in various folklore, mythology, whatever. Such a okay. A little yellow. get a bit more. Okay, get that. I want it noticeably more yellow than the body. Good morning, Grumpy. Oh, we got... Okay, mermaids are similar to a bunch of different water spirits from around the globe. Absolutely. One of the ones, and I know it's not pop culture, but I may touch on it anyway, is I heard through, and you guys can weigh in as to whether this would count or not. Through the various, one of the creepypasta channels that I listened to, and I can't remember whether it was Sapphire Sandalo or Snarled, but they did this one myth that was on the African mermaids, or the African version of mermaids, and I just loved it. So I don't know if that would count, but I still may do it anyway. Like I know there's Power did mention, did kind of request Melody, Ariel's daughter, which absolutely. The Pirates of the Caribbean ones, I would love to do. Side note, you guys have no idea how hard it was to find the right shape for the tail. Because they really, for this kind of stuff, I like doing references, and it is hard to find references for this. Okay, it's right about here. I'm going to bring in a more vibrant. I think I'll switch. Okay, have a good day, Johnny. African mermaid stories are pretty interesting too. You know, right? I know they wind up being more, at least that one wound up being more akin to a siren, but it's like all the same in mine. Because I want the tail and the hair to match just a little. I'll fade a little bit of that in there. Thank you. I've been diving deep into some watercolor channels lately. And, you know, some of the ones I actually really do enjoy watching, like Leroy Yanofsky and Always Yuta-chan. What she can do with watercolors is just beautiful. Mm-hmm.
May I say something? Like in the live stream?
In the live stream? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I can do some really cool art with chalk as well. Specifically, chalk as in like the art chalk, not the like sidewalk chalk.
Yeah, you do a really good job with chalk.
Specifically chalk for art, not sidewalk chalk.
You know what? That would be actually a fun thing to do because it really. I know that there are sidewalk artists that use the same kind of chalk that I keep floating around here, but it doesn't matter what kind of chalk it is. You can still make some pretty nifty art with it.
It just depends on the sidewalk path. So it just depends on the smoothness of the sidewalk.
I'll pull some up later and show you. It would actually.
No, thank you. I think I understand
now. No, because there are some that can do some brilliant, like 3D. And I've seen some in real life, like downtown Toronto. There would be some. Just want to give that shade. That's good. Okay. I want that really, 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 really little. I always wanted to separate mermaids from sirens, but never have been sure what they would look like. I'm not entirely certain where the separation would be myself. Beyond the belief of one is supposedly like happy, playful, interactive. We'll go with playful. And the other one is really more bent on ending people. I mean, think of the classic sirens from the Greek mythology. What is it? Homer's Iliad, the Odyssey, where they would sing to lure in some finer details I want to put. Where their songs were intended to lure in the sailors in order to make them lunch, really.
Although sometimes I wonder,
Mm-hmm.
do they have bread, cheese, and other sandwich making things there? Because I'm wondering if they can have Subway there. Because if I ever met a siren, I would have been like, "Stop! Your voice is very pretty, but have a sandwich, please."
Yeah, that's it. They need a Snickers.
What?
They just needed a Snickers. You're right.
They just needed what?
They just needed a sandwich.
Yeah. I'd be like, by the way, question: what type of sandwich do you want? Because they don't want to mess up their sandwich. I'm surprised that I'm a Slytherin, despite how kind I am.
Well, just because, Slytherin doesn't necessarily make evil.
Yeah, but a lot of people think Slytherin is evil.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised that I'm Slytherin because I'm actually quite loyal and empathetic.
Mm-hmm. Blend that out just a little better. Okay, I'm happier with that. Color theory is not until book 12 for me, and I'm still on number 8. Now I get it. And I want to get a bit more darkness down here.
Mom?
Yes, my love.
You used my laptop to find good screenshots.
Yes, I did. Figure since I was charging it anyway. Okay. Fairly happy with that. Alright. Now for the fun. I think let's do the Rocky crop. I used to have color pencils that are very chalky in nature. I love coloring with them. Back in the day, later I discovered they called carbothyllos. I've got a number of various chalk pastels kicking around here because I did for the longest time. That was my preferred. One of the ones I preferred working with, one of the medias. But also being 100, sort of thinking of it's. I'm not even sure if I could explain how it's related in my head. There are going to be more than just drawing videos in the future. I've got a various number of projects I've been meaning to work on, like my watercolor sets, including some of these brushes. Came from a garage sale that my mom found, and it was all in like some really good quality watercolor tubes. Some of these fantastic brushes all came in this really cute wooden box, and the poor thing actually needs reglowing and all of that. So that's probably something I am going to wind up working on, as well as I've got a desktop Zen garden I've been wanting to make. Add a bit of brown to some various locations. A little shading here. Create some more semi-sharp edges. just to get that right feel there. I don't want to make this too wet, you know? But yeah, actually very, very happy with that. Nice. Okay. And you know what? We'll make use of that failed blue. Let's make use of that one particular shade of blue that didn't quite work out. Part I'm the most nervous about is doing the outlining. I see you following my brush, cat. A little bit of that green in here too. They don't really make the Carthobellos very much anymore, so I use them sparingly at fall. I do appreciate you have a keen eye for color. Thank you. A bit more. There we go. I'll put some of that. Let's put that too. I'm trying to think of what the brand that I have when it comes to kicking around for Mungios. This particular song is giving me such like 70s, 80s vibes. And I can't quite put my finger on like what exactly, but it feels like very familiar. I don't know if it was like Sesame Street at that point or let that spot dry out. Hold on. Playing with the one. There we go. This thing is definitely going to need a good pressing when I'm done. Don't know if you guys heard that. Car was chittering at something out the window. Okay. Get back down there. looking at that. Yeah, happy. Not happy with that. There we go. Big stretch. And realize I missed a spot. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that works. Okay. The only thing I'm going to outline is her. Just want to get a... better. Okay. After all this, I am going to wind up needing to rest my wrist for a bit. Okay. I have no idea what's going to be dry enough for me to ink around. Stop popping up. Oop. That was not it. Yeah, so we play with it. That spot dries out enough. I'll take care of it. So that's another one that's been fun to watch. I came across an artist that he draws ink monsters. And a large part of it is he lets the ink do what it wants to. which again would be fun. It looks like that's something I'm going to be working with today. In more than one spot. Problem when the hand is just not want to be cooperative. I will deal with that spot in a minute. Maybe it's just little birds. Dandelion Fluff, you were actually reading my mind. I was probably going to turn them into a butterfly or one or two butterflies. The other one might become a bird just to account for the bit below. Well, many of us studied under Bob Ross, right? Happy little accidents. And this is why I draw now. Because as much as it's a day where my hand is not being cooperative, I can still semi-control it. I understand one day I'm not going to have that ability. They're all happy little trees. Yeah, cute octopus. Who doesn't want an octopus? You know what? That might be able to have fun with that one. I mean, it's the world of Harry Potter. They have all sorts of various creatures. That's not bad. very faint. I should put flying fish and seahorses perching on the last mermaid drawing for a while. That was hard for noobs such as I. Have fun. Can't wait to see the end result. I'm off to the mountains for a hike. Oh, have fun. Phase 5 will have new writers. I'm guessing you mean Marvel? Because right now ain't nobody got writers. Okay. This is one of the reasons why I like drawing locks. Because the handshaking actually kind of helps. Nice. Well, there's a lot of people that weren't happy with the writing from the last couple phases, or at least the last phase. So maybe a new writer or some new writers would help. That eye needs a... I can see you're down there. There you go. Once I got the hang of it. I have to admit, hair-wise, this is one of my favorite styles to do because once I got the understanding of how to do it, how to get it flowing right, Nice. This brain work, please. I learned how to do this actually because of Marvel. Because back when they brought out the new Warriors, and what the hot mess those were. Maki and I, and a bunch of us in the CSF Nation, as well as pretty much anyone that knew how to draw, really wanted to redesign them because, my God, those were poorly drawn, poorly designed. I mean, the idea behind them, you could have made work. Even with the atrocious names. But it was the design was the biggest failure. I mean, Safe Space was supposed to be a jock. And you had Safe Space Snowflake. They're supposed to be, twins, but they wound making them look identical and gave them like these loser outfits. And I just missed the mark. Yeah, the Miles is Thor, right? And I know I've got it on my Instagram. I had to redraw. But I knew exactly how I wanted to get to improve Safe Space. And I think I still got a design on my Instagram. Though I might revisit the drawings because I also done Pathfinder as well with worked on that one as well. But Safe Space, it's on my brain because I was looking at Shogun Jones's it's Twitter yesterday because I hadn't seen any of his posts lately, and just got me thinking about him. And he's been growing out his locks for a while, and I had to laugh when I saw him because honestly, might as well have drawn him. Unknowingly, I wound up drawing him. And was it Malcolm Flex is another one I follow, who also has that same look. Because what I did for Safe Space is I bulked him out, and I gave him locks, but in a Death Hawk. Actually, both of them I gave kind of a Death Hawk situation for both of them. And had their locks start up here with your traditional black brown and fade down to their chosen color. I mean, if you guys want, eventually I can revisit and redraw again. But I was actually very proud of what I did for both Snowflake and Safe Space. Like, like Snowflake, I took the Killmonger's hair. That was the inspiration I ran with that one. I gave him a long trench coat. I'm not sure if that particular sketchbook wound up being saved because we wound up having a bit of a flood issue in the apartment. So I lost a sketchbook. And I think it might have been that one, which would be really kind of sad. Because I had even taken inspiration from a pose of Cloak and Dagger, because they have that similar relationship that Snowflake and Safe Space were supposed to. And I am completely inked. Okay. Let's cap this. That's another one I've been wanting to redraw. Nope. I'll have to change earbuds soon. I can make it work. I think. Miles as all other Marvel characters was the worst. You know what? I don't hate Miles Morales. I know that's kind of a hot take. I really kind of like him. I can't tell if I'm fixing this or making it worse. A little purple in here. Okay. My head's saying stop there before you do it. Make it worse. It works. I hope. Okay. Let's catch up with you guys before I... Starfire's daughter thing was weird too. Like I said, I'd love to redraw her. For the same reason why I wanted to draw Trailblazer. Because you can still do curvy and have it look nice. And they overcompensated. As much as I know if I draw her, there's probably going to be a bit of a rant to go with that. We're still, because Miracle Tamaki is not a terrible writer, so her self-insert Starfire's daughter made no sense. And that's what killed me, is everyone focused on the looks of Mandy, when there was so much other things that was just as easy to pick apart. Like the fact her name was Mandy Starfire. I mean, that I have a video on Starfire. That's not a family name. Like, who was her father type, you know? Oh, they're desperate for a hit, and Phase 4 was a train wreck outside of the spider, 3 spider amigos. Pretty much Phase 4, Stage 4 was fantastically bad. I didn't hate it as much, people. But yeah, the outstanding one was No Way Home, no question there. I don't hate him either. People hate that he's Peter's sidekick now. Now, there's a lot of people. I know what's trending for a bit there was Miles Morales is not my Spider-Man. Whatever. Honestly, even the Spider-Man movie was not awesome for me, but in the seasick that is Phase 4 was a shining gem. Hi, Boo. With Miles, he just needs to not be in 616, and he'll be fine. Frankly, it's the best Spider clones. Absolutely, Mama Bear. I haven't made it to the New Warriors redraw yet, but I plan on putting in my 2 cents in. I guess the New Warriors actually could have had potential. They were drawn badly. Though I'm still not sure if I want to touch the internet gas one. And not just looks, the story itself was bad, making Starfire look like a bad guy for simple things. Yeah. And that was the point I kept trying to make to people. Everyone focused on her looks, on the fact that she was overweight. No one commented on the fact that the writing was abysmal. I mean, the art was bad, but the story itself was just terrible. Honestly, I hate all those movies after Endgame. I was spoiled by the first 3 Fates. Yeah, you're right up there with Maki. Maki's absolutely refused to watch anything after Endgame other than No Way Home. Nelson and Glutes made a cameo. Story was so bad, it's not like other stories told, so Miracle seems to blame. People did those well as that new biographic novel. I have not even looked at that. I will own that. Okay, I am going to wrap up before my cat winds up dropping my phone one more time. That, other things to do, and my computer is going to die on me. Let's take care of this quickly. Okay. Didn't even pay attention to that. Overweight was an issue. There was so much worse, yes. That artist was not a panel artist or not used to it for Marco Stoke. Story makes no sense. Thank you guys to everyone who stopped by. Grumpy Power, I know we had dandelion fluff in here. Who else do we have? You guys, I love that you guys stuck out for so long. As I'm just pushing the 2-hour mark now. Johnny Ohm. Of course, Megatron. I know that probably wasn't one for the initial topic. Probably wasn't one for most people. But it is what it is. I'm a Potter fan. Let's unwrap that. There we go. Get that off there. Okay. Happy to finally make it after so long. My weekends are not quite as mine as I thought. You know what? Anytime I appreciate lurkers. I appreciate those replay crew. You know, I understand it's busy and it's hard. Especially weekends. Weekends are always fun. It is hard sometimes to get that time. So, catch y'all later. Ciao. Oh yeah, catch me tomorrow with Maki. It is his birthday weekend. So we are going to have a big celebration on Maki's channel tomorrow. And I will toss a link to it as soon as he puts up the link for it in my community tab. So yeah, pay attention to my community tab. I'm always dropping stuff in there. Replay crew is what I've been living for months. Stay safe out there. Yeah, Fortnite cake, you got it. I have no idea what he's drawing for tomorrow. I will catch y'all later. Be good. No, that is not the button I wanted. Let's not eat myself. Okay. And hopefully by that point I'll have gotten the ink off my fingers. Later. Love you.